going to be targeted towards autism, but not just autism, anybody who has differences in their life or feels like they're different, feels kind of like they're outcasted or they don't quite fit in, which is me pretty much my whole life. I never fit in socially. I was always the odd person. I had friends that would let me in their social group, but I was always the odd person, and they kind of just accepted that and let me in. But I was always the odd person. I always had different habits than everybody else. I always had trouble fitting in and being like everybody else, and I learned to be okay with that and like that, and then started to accept that might actually be a good thing, and I always had areas that I had that other people weren't able to relate with, or that they didn't find were an area that was as strong to them, and one of the areas was a focus. I always had obsessive focus with anything I did, even from the time I was a kid. Like there was a first grade project, a project in first grade where we had to write out numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, and go as high as you can. I wrote all the way to 17,600, like 17,000, and my mom's got the little scroll at home. Like I just was obsessed with everything. I had to, like that was an outlet for me to be obsessed with something and to really go all out at whatever it was, even from an early age. Like soccer, I was years ahead of the other people on my team. Like I skipped so many leagues. Like that's what I was good at. I was good at just obsessing over something. And like taekwondo, like I was 12 years old teaching in the leadership class, like getting ready to teach, like about the way from black belt. Whatever I did, I was always obsessed with. At 22 years old, I was winning pro shows. I was 10 years younger than everybody else on the stage. I was always just very obsessive, and I had that ability to just be obsessive and enjoy it and find it as like therapeutic to just put everything into something and to kind of block out the world. And that was an outlet for me. That's what I found that I was good at. Fitting in socially, I was not very good at. My strengths were pushing myself. I was able to push myself, but not even in a stressful way, and just compelled. I had to do a kind of way, and I'm still like that. I'm still very much like that. Just drive. I don't want to stop what I'm doing. I want to keep doing what I'm doing. I want to keep going at it. So that was, for me, it was my outlet, my strength in my life that I found was my socializing. That's what I like to do. It wasn't socializing, it was outlets for me. It was doing other things. It was sports. It was what I found worked for me, what I found were my strengths, what I found made me feel good. It wasn't fitting in. I never did well with that. I never fit in very well. For me, it was finding what I like to do and putting everything into that, and that was therapy for me. That's what I like to do, so that was my strength. That's what I found worked in my life, and that's what I still love to do. So I wasn't always fitting in. I never fit in real well, but I found something that I like to do, and I know there's people that really like to socialize, and that's fine. And this is what I like to do, and it's what gives me my purpose, gives me my drive, gives me my happiness, is to chase the things that I like, to obsess over the things that I like, not even in a negative way, but in a positive way, in an outlet kind of way, and a passionate kind of way, to really go after the things that I wanted in my life, and to just go all at it, and not have things get in the way, not let things get in the way. So that, for me, was the way that I fit in, and I had a lot of anxiety issues and self-esteem issues earlier on about not fitting in and thinking that I needed to fit in, and I learned to look at my strengths in a positive way, look at my strengths in a way that was uplifting to me, that I can do that they can do that, but I can do this. These are my strengths. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm good at. And I became okay with the fact that I didn't fit in, that I never really fit in that well in social groups. I don't have conventional habits. Or the way I live is very different to a lot of people, and I'm okay with that. I found what I like to do and what I'm passionate about.